Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. This is what we are cooking tonight. It is called Ewedu in Nigeria, but the name that most people know it for is Molokia leaf. Okay, but this one is a chopped leaf. So this is the leaf already chopped like this, and that is what we are going to cook. And then we are going to cook the tomato soup that will go along with it with our dough meal. That's how we eat it in Nigeria. So join me and let us cook tonight. First and foremost, I've opened my meat. We are going to cut the meat and cook it before we now use it to cook our tomato soup. So now that we have cut our meat, we are going to rinse our meat and then cook it, spice it up, cook it, and we are going to also use the broth from the meat. So we want our meat to be well spiced. That is why my powerful spice mix is here and my salt is here. We are going to spice it very well because we are going to use the broth in cooking this Molokia leaf, or Ewedu as we call it in Nigeria, and also I'll use part of the stock to cook the tomato soup. So let me go and wash this and cook. So now we want to cook our meat. We'll pour our meat into the pot. And now we are going to add in all our spices, which is already mixed. Then I'll cut onions inside and also add in a little bit of salt. And then we are going to add in water. The water just enough to cook it and add a little broth. Right. So now the other things we are going to cut, like the tomato, the paprika, the leftover onions, we are going to cut it into a bowl and then we'll blend to make our tomato soup that we are going to eat together with the Ewedu. You see, I'm going to use two big paprika. So we are going to cut in our mushrooms. We are going to blend it together. Now that everything is ready, we are going to wash. Can you see? We are going to wash and blend it into smooth texture. So now I want to blend this, and I'm using the water from the stock of the meat, and then I'll put my crayfish. Now I'm going to blend. So now I want to blend the tomato, paprika with our crayfish, with our stock water. I want to blend everything together. So you can see, smooth. The meat also is ready. We are going to use part of this stock to cook our Molokia leaf, our Ewedu, and then we are going to cook the other, the meat and the stock with this. All right. To cook our Ewedu, we need another pot. We are going to pour in this into the pot. I need a scissors. Can you see? It's frozen ewedu, but I've allowed it to thaw. So you just pour it inside your pot. This one is already very smooth. There are other ones that you may need to blend, but this one is already smooth. So it's chopped smooth and perfect to cook like that. So I want to make it in a typical way that, you know, that will make us love it. So I'm going to add some broth from the meat into it to sweeten it up. I'm going to add some broth from the meat, and then I'll mix up. You see, it's drawing well. Then I will taste it if it needs more salt, a little bit more salt. I'm going to taste it. But if it will need salt, it's going to be very little. I need just very little because the stock already have salt. Just very little. And I'm going to show you now. I'll just, you know, allow this to boil together. So this is the ewedu, how it looks like. This is it. Very, very tasty, very, very good for your health. This ewedu is very, very good. So we are going to cook it and allow it to boil. Just boil up. No serious cooking. Remaining meat and stock, we are going to just pour in our blend of, you know, tomato and paprika, and then we are going to add a little oil and spice it up, and that's all. That is all. So for our soup, I have a little chili. I'm going to add very little chili, and also I'm going to add in our spice a little bit and salt. Then mix all together and allow it to cook. I'll also add in a little oil. I'm going to add palm oil. So this we just boil together and then ready, and this one is almost ready. So this is how we eat it. The ewedu molokia leaf with the tomato soup and either oat swallow or other swallow that you love. We call it a dough meal. So we pair it together and it makes a delicious meal with our meat or fish or whatsoever protein you have, and you enjoy with your family. So thank you for always watching my video. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye bye.